Hey guys, Stealth here and welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Today I'm going to be doing something a bit different, in the sense that normally I have this very intricate scenario, I design my own ship, and that usually leads to an hour-long videos. Now those videos generally do have people who watch the entirety, but most of the people don't watch the entirety because they don't have time. The video is just too long, and well, while I'm usually happy with the videos, they're just a bit long. So I'm going to be experimenting with a shorter format, and these are going to be random battles. Now, not random battles in the sense that some other games do them, but I'm going to go to custom battles. I'm just going to hit random a couple of times, and this generates a random setup for ships, years, and distance. So if I click it once, it's going to be 1934, 1934. The setup of the ships is not exactly the same. So this is something that might sometimes come to my advantage, might come to my disadvantage. Let's see, like here they have one heavy cruiser more than I do. And then I'm going to just quick start. So I won't even design one ship, I'm going to auto-design all of them. I'm not even going to look at these things, I'm just going to click these things a couple times and then immediately quick start. And we'll just, we'll have to see what we come up with. So 5 clicks and then we start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, start. And the first information that I get about this particular battle should be the information overview coming up right about now. Here, we have 2 battleships, a battlecruiser, a heavy cruiser, a light, 2 destroyers, and a torpedo boat even. So the era is about 1907 and prior. The Spanish, which are currently the enemy of the Russian Empire, have 2 battleships, 2 battlecruisers, 2 heavy cruisers, 2 lights, 2 DDs, and 2 torpedo boats. So, they have a torpedo boat more, they have a light cruiser more, they have a heavy cruiser more, and a battle cruiser. So they got the numbers. But it looks like I might have the guns, judging by the amount of turrets that I can see on these ships, although they also have another turret there. I didn't design anything, so we'll just have to hope and pray that the AI actually made something with a reasonable amount of bulkheads. Also, the range seems to be relatively short. We have battleship Slava and battleship Archangel Gavril with, yeah, there we go, as ordered, or rather as not ordered, minimum bulkheads. 11-inch guns, please tell me I have some sort of anti-flooding, yes, anti-flood 2, anti-torp 2, stereoscopic 1 rangefinder, oh lovely. Torpedoes not found on this ship, white powder propellant, reduced ammo for the main shells, Citadel 1, Krupp 2, Shaft 1, Aux 1, okay, not too bad. Battlecruiser Vladivostok. That's the only battlecruiser that I have, as opposed to their 2. 13-inch guns, on a ship which has minimum bulkheads. Surprise, surprise. Barbette 3, not bad. Anti-flood 1, okay, you're fucked, because you're gonna just get hit, you're gonna flood, and you're going to die. Heavy cruiser, Sviataya Ekaterina. Few bulkheads. Oh, we're trading up. We have few bulkheads now. 8-inch mains, 5-inch casemates, all over the place. And even a couple of 5-inch main guns on the deck. Well, secondary guns, rather. Anti-flood 2, standard bulkheads, Krupp 2 armor. I'm not sure why I didn't pick Krupp 3, but here we go. Torpedoes of a diameter of 18-inch. 6.1, 32.5 knots. Firing in all directions. Light cruiser Almaz. Many bulkheads, yes, because you need many bulkheads on the light cruiser. We have torpedo tubes all over the place. 6-inch guns and 3-inch case. We got the Zavetny and the Tviordi. The what? The Tviordi. Tviordi. Something like that. We have few bulkheads on these DDs. We have a couple of torpedo tubes. Yeah, just the 2 on the stern. 2-inch guns and a couple of 4-inch guns. Could be decent gunboats, although their turning circle is a bit bad. And then finally the Scumbria. Torpedo boat, yeah sure, this is where you go for the maximum bulkheads. 4-inch guns, torpedoes, and more torpedoes. Range only 4. 42 knots, I think these might be fast torpedoes. So, what about the enemy? Let's have a look. Before I have a look at the enemy, by the way, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I have noticed that about half of the people who watch the videos are subscribed, so hit that subscribe button and you'll be automatically notified of the next video. And you'd also be helping me get closer to 50,000 subscribers. This battleship, I imagine, has a very interesting turret setup. I don't know how these turrets are going to be rotating. But hey, it's a ship. It's a ship. How it rotates, how it performs, I don't know. We're about to find out. And with my luck, there is a pretty high likelihood that the AI actually went with a high amount of bulkheads for this one. They have 2, and that is really the only thing that I can find at the moment. Armor on these ships, 11.6 on the belt. Deck is relatively low. We're starting at 15.4, so let's say that's deck pen range. 6.6 inches of deck. Could be a problem. Could be a problem. I'm going to keep the formation as is for the moment. I want these guys to keep screening. I'm not sure what the DDs are suddenly deciding to go and doing, but whatever. Good lord, this thing is a sitting duck. This is a torpedo boat with 29.5 as speed. That's pretty damn slow. Pretty damn slow indeed. It is a small ship. It has no armor. You so much as sneeze in the general direction of the Scumbria and the Scumbria will probably sink. Now, let's see if I can inflict some long-range damage against these ships, although I doubt it. I severely doubt it. You have some pretty nice guns. I want you to follow the battleships instead. Oh, actually, you know what? You're going to join the battleship division. You're just going to join the division of the battleships. And by doing that, it might make management of the ships a bit easier. Unfortunately, it does mean that you're going to have to turn an open broadside. And by doing that, well, so far you're not getting hit, but how long is that going to stay that way? Come on. Turn, 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 turn. Try not to get your ass blown off. Because if you get hit, then there we go. Damage to the main gun. Okay, that's not too bad. That means that the shell, I think, somewhat penetrated the armor on the ship, on the turret specifically. That's also the best armor that I have on these ships at 11 inch. So hopefully it's enough. Vladivostok, if you sail into one of my ships, I'm going to be pretty annoyed. Turn, damn it. Yep, there we go. The AI management, once again, up to its usual, well, collision avoidance-ish antics. I want you to separate. I want the light cruiser to join the heavy cruiser div. Good lord, could you guys all listen up? DDs. I'm hoping that these guys can do something useful with their torpedoes. That remains to be seen. Sviataya, start turning. I need you out of the way of the Slava. As it happens, Slava is, well, just as a bit slower than you are. Alright, you'll be fine. Slava, pretty much, rudder amidships. Let's see, what's the formation on these guys? They're turning to broadside me. Or maybe even push in. Okay, in that case, I'm going to angle a little bit to the left, so the port flank. I'm going to try and make a push with the heavy and the light cruiser, because they currently have torpedoes, and they might be able to use those. The range relative from the light cruiser is 7.5. If I push in with the light and the heavy, they can screen against lighter ships, and by doing so, they make it impossible, or at least harder, for the DDs to start pushing in. So you're going to turn this way. The DDs are going to turn, or going to come in from that side. We then got one straight torpedo boat. I want you to just more or less head towards the enemy. There we go. Smaller ship. Light cruiser. They have a fairly distinctive hull. And a lot of guns. Potentially underwater torpedo tubes. I've set my main battleships to focus down the heavy cruiser, so that the heavy cruiser of my team can push in, along with the light. I'll also tell these guys to go on the offensive. Let's see, where are your small ships? This might be the second light cruiser. Yep. You are another heavy cruiser, joining in with the other heavy. Very good. That might mean that you're a battle cruiser. Damn, that turret's high up. Well, it might just work for them. Good lord, you guys are close. Smoke up. You're not yet under active fire, but that might change at any moment. So far, we have inflicted 80 damage, but we have taken 123, as the heavy cruiser seems to be the focal point of the enemy battleships. They have been identified. It's the Santa Barbara and the San Luis, with minimum bulkheads. Anti-torpedo protection, 1. So that makes it all the more interesting to try and torpedo those guys. The challenge will be to get into range. I have a range of 6-1. These guys are at 6-9 and heading away. I'm going to keep the DDs back for a little while because there are too many smaller ships screening this force. I want you to engage the small ships, and I want the secondaries to also engage the small ships. Slava and Sviataya and Archangel and Vladi, we're going to turn to port. And by doing so, hopefully throw off any torpedoes that were already launched in this direction, although I kind of doubt that they were, because I don't think that they have the range. Now, if I want to keep this video within about 30 minutes, I'm going to have to speed up the game a little bit. Oh, beautiful. One fire set in the warship, and I think that by virtue of targeting this one, we accidentally hit the one behind it, the light cruiser. That comes in handy. A couple of random smoke screens over there. That's where the destroyers are at. Speaking of, looks like the Zvetnia is not going to be able to launch any torpedoes in this direction. My ship, however, is. So let's just have you launch your torpedoes if and when you feel like it. Now, since I have a light cruiser and a heavy cruiser in the same group, the heavy cruiser also smokes up. I'm not sure if it actually benefits from it, though. Let's see. Yes, it does. Okay, so this is a bit of an exploit, as it turns out. Because the Coronada, sorry, the N Coronada, this ship is targeting, or would potentially be targeting this Sviataya. And it's getting a debuff of minus 25%. So the target's inside of smoke, and normally heavy cruisers and any other class of ship cannot set any kind of smoke screens. So this is a bit of an exploit. Now we're throwing down a lot of shells and they're all clumped up here. And that could come in very, very handy. I just gotta make sure that they don't get into range. Looks like the Carmen is down. No, fighting it. 4%, come on. Come on, 6%. No, you're going the wrong way, buddy. I want that health pool to go down, not up. Torpedo away from the Sviataya, which is also starting to flood. With few bulkheads, that could be a death sentence for her. My torpedo boat is ready to join this party, but can it do something useful? Santo Cristo de Burgos. Maximum bulkheads, not a good target. Ceres. Few bulkheads, interesting target. But I'm sailing into the group, which can probably decimate my ships pretty quick if they're interested. Ekaterina. Oh crap, the Ekaterina's not listening because she's trying to fall back behind the Almaz. So she's not really responsive. Julian Ordeñas, also flooding, but also fighting it. Maximum bulkheads on a torpedo boat. Well, as long as they have that sort of system, I don't mind. There goes the heavy cruiser. Because these guys are easy to sink. These guys have heavy armor. And are generally a bit more difficult to damage. But that's not necessarily true if they don't have a lot of bulkheads. That's when a torpedo could come in very handy. Speaking of, Scumbria has launched her torpedoes. Possibly at the Santo Cristo. Although I'm not too sure. Pretty confident she'll go down though. What about the DD? We still got the Tivordi. Tivordi might be able to do something here. By sneaking up behind the battleships. Alright, they lost a torpedo boat. Let's see, we're targeting separate systems. We're targeting the heavy cruiser and we're targeting a torpedo boat. That's handy. Spread out that fire. This guy fortunately does not have any kind of armament in the sense of torpedoes, but somebody else does. And that would be the Julian Ordóñez. That's going to be a pretty damaging blow to the Slava if it hits. And I think it very well might. This one's fine, but that other torpedo, even with a maximum rudder turn, I don't see myself dodging that one. Well, maybe I'm just fast enough. I'm taking a lot of fire though. I've inflicted no damage against the battleships as of yet. Okay, no, Slava's fine. You, however, I'm not too sure about. Could we just blow a couple of 11-inch size holes into the heavy cruiser, maybe? Because right now I'm not too impressed with the amount of damage that we've put out. They've put out 5.1k, I've put out 2291. Let's go back to ×2. Good hit on the Julian. Flooding on the heavy cruiser, but this is where the heavy bulk or the maximum bulkheads come in. Go on. Surrender to it. There you go. Good man. Alright. Secondary batteries from the Slava onto the Santo Cristo. It looks like these are having a bit of a hug. Which is not probably the intent of the Carmen, but it might come in handy for me. As the Carmen now also starts to take damage. Speaking of, the Tivordi just launched her torps. But now I really have to be out of here. Let's not continue to dodge any torpedoes because they're not there. Casemate's been destroyed. Yeah, there are still 2 battlecruisers around. 9-inch guns doing damage against the DD. Minimum bulkheads. There is hope yet. I'm just not sure how the Slava is going to survive this particular encounter. There goes the Tivordi, that's the DD. Yep, that was a 9-inch hit. And Coronado is flooding. Their damage to skyrocketed to 7.4k. Turn a bit. That's more like it. The waypoint system doesn't work though yet, does it? No. Carmen, somewhat damaged. I want the Encoronado sunk. Look at that. Pen chance 37? It's not like I'm bouncing shells off of that ship. How much armor do you have, buddy? 8-inch? On the belt? Good lord. That is a lot of armor. I hope that I can put this heavy cruiser down. Slava, secondary on Ceres. Heavy cruiser is not really a priority, but 9-inch guns can hurt me. 27% chance to pen. Uh-oh. You have a gift for Slava, do you? Let's not do that again. What is that? Bow tubes? Bow and stern. Yep. In Coronado, down to 37% buoyancy. Come in for the turn. I don't want you to get hit too much. There are the small ships, the DDs. Now, this is probably going to be really rough for Slava. And by extent, for the rest of my fleet. Because if Slava goes down, then I'm going to feel the consequences of that for quite a while. Jesus, 1700 meters and everything misses. Flooding on the bow, which was already flooded. Slava, seriously flooding. Down to 40%, 38. Another, oh, good lord, Carmen torqued me again. Yeah, well played to the Carmen. I completely, sorry, Carmen. I completely forgot about that. Maybe I can return the favor. I'm not sure. Vice Admiral Quinn is piping up in the background. Seemingly not content with the way that this battle is being played, and I don't really blame him. For those of you who are wondering, who the hell is Vice Admiral Quinn? That's my son. He is, at the moment of recording, which is Wednesday, September 16th, he is 10 days old. But some people might say he's already better at building and playing these warships than I am. Now, that's the light cruiser down. Let's see if the Encoronado wants to follow suit. Slava survived, fixed the flooding, but that comes at the expense of 40% buoyancy. The Archangel is not as bad and only flooded about 20%. I still have one DD limping around in the background. But I don't expect that at 8.7 knots to be joining this fight anytime soon. What's my chance to pen the battle cruiser? 60%. I'll take that. We're going to ignore that heavy cruiser for a while, because I find that the battle cruiser might be a more severe threat. Almaz can still smoke up. I want you to focus on taking down the Ceres, because I think you might be able to do that. And we also have the San Crusto de Burgos still on our stern. I was hoping that the torpedo from the Almaz would finish her off, but it didn't. Unfortunately. Now these things come with a minimum bulkhead, so a couple of good hits, and they might start flooding. That's what I'm banking on. That's why I'm focusing fire on this one ship, so that I can overwhelm the damage control parties. Just flood the ship out. I am somewhat getting flanked by the Ceres. So let's put the 5-inch secondaries from Vladivostok to work over the Ceres. Let's see if that works. Because the last thing that I need is to get torpedoed again. Now, I don't really want to push left. I don't really want to push right. Let's just turn left anyway. I know it's getting me closer to the Ceres, but at the same time it's not exposing too much broadside to the battleships. For which I don't really yet have a plan on how to kill them. I don't particularly see myself winning this fight. Flooding! There we go. That's it. Start flooding. Not my battlecruiser. Yours. The Jardin de Triton. I hope I'm not butchering that pronunciation entirely. I always actually really make an effort with how to pronounce something. Because the way that I look at it, names, especially of people, towns, places, if you pronounce them correctly, they're a sign of respect. Fuck, that's not a sign of respect, that's a torpedo. They're a sign of respect. And as somebody who has written, or who has had their name written wrong a lot, you can either go numb to it and go, fuck it, I don't find that to be too important, or you can say something about it. And I chose to always say something about it. I said, look, that's not the way that you write it. Get it right. No pun intended. Get it right. It's a name. It's how somebody is called in this world. It's usually not even of their own choice, but it is how they're called. So get it right. Ceres seems to be having a fireworks party. That's a third turret that got launched off the ship, and another. That's another way to just unhand a cruiser. And another. You got some more? Yep, there we go. You got more turrets. Might cook them off as well. And another. Whee! More turrets. What else? No? You're gonna contain it to the stern? I think all the stern turrets got blown off. Every single one. Ow! That sounded like a torpedo hit. Who did that? The light cruiser. Yeah. Right. What? Hold on a minute. I know the light cruiser's heading away from me. Potentially at around 30 knots. But did it really traverse from here to there? And then launch a torpedo that ran all the way there? It's possible, I guess. As evidenced by the Archangel, which is still flooding, but it's not quite how I had hoped that that torpedo would run. I thought it would run dry. Oh, yep, there we go. We're not done with flash fires. And 2 more. 4 more. Could you just detonate? Maybe that's easier. Just detonate. Look at this. 1 turret. This is the only turret that survived. The whole ship seems to be on fire. But it is just refusing to sink. Oh, moreover, it's not just refusing to sink, it is still showing signs of disrespect by torpedoing the Vladivostok. Again. Again. It's bad manners right there. You see that, Quinn? That's not how you're supposed to torpedo. Okay, torpedo cleared. The Triton is flooding pretty badly. I think she's saturated on the bow. The bow does look a fair amount lower than the stern. Ooh, fire. Good work. And the Vladivostok is opening herself up to all sorts of fire. And I'm trying to sort of outdistance, or, well, at least expand the distance between the battleships and the battle cruiser. Insofar as that still makes any kind of sense. Oh, Almaz, you're still alive. How nice. Vladivostok flooding again. Come on, buddy. I need you to take down this battle cruiser. We need to take a couple of 9-inch guns out of the fight. Once I have sunk this ship, there are the 12-inch guns left from the San Luis, the Santa Barbara, and the San Cayetano. So they still have plenty of firepower left. And the question is, how do I sink that? Because I'm very concerned that I'll just flood out before I get enough damage in. Let's commence the turn. Since I've opened up the range of the battleships a bit more, I'm expecting less accuracy from them. 4.7. San Luis, 2.5. Now I can turn. Let's see, where is the light cruiser? Almaz. Good grief, you're still here? How are you still here? Half the ship's flooded. Almost all the turrets are gone. What is still keeping you up? Yep, she's flooding again. Come on, finish her off. She has no torpedoes, so I can definitely close to click range. Oh, come on. There we go. Ship sunk. Okay. Let's not go broadside onto the enemy battleships too much. The battleships have selected the Encoronado as the next target, which gets hit and starts to flood. And, yep, guess what? Ceres is still flooding. And burning, but it's still not enough. Engine damaged, rudder damaged. Secondary tower damaged. I think this ship's being held together by thoughts and prayers and a bit of duct tape. Was that invented yet? I don't know. Let's see, next battlecruiser, the San Cayetano, already starts to flood. I'm hoping that I can flood out this battlecruiser pretty quick. And that we can then make our way on towards the bigger ships. No, I don't want to follow that ship. Look at that. That's half the ship gone. Now she's on fire. And she has anti-torp 2, anti-flood 1. So she has limited ability to pump out the water. Good lord. Now it's definitely a thoughts and prayers situation. There we go. 0.2%. I want you to keep going and not torpedo until I tell you to. Battleships. What are you working on? Their battleships. No. No, no, no. We're going to continue on with the battle cruiser. Knocking out potentially a couple more 9-inch guns. The Vladivostok is still going strong. She must have put out quite a lot of damage, yeah. 5k, taking 2300. Slava, done 3.2k, took 875. The Arkangel did 2.5k and put out 375. There goes the battlecruiser. Okay, both battlecruisers are sunk. They have 2 battleships, 2 heavy cruisers, and 2 destroyers, which are as of yet unaccounted for. I know they're here, inside the smoke screens, but that's about all I can tell you about those things. Oh, hi. You might actually come in handy here, Savetny. Hello, DD. Gravina. 4-inch guns, torpedoes. Oh, maybe it's time to smoke up now. Yep, no, that's another way to smoke. Just sink. Alright, you are going to be probably the center of attention now. Let's focus the Gravina. She's on fire. That was half the ship gone. Flooding. Few bulkheads could sink her. 30, 35, 37. Come on. There is a lot of fire coming off of these ships. The problem, however, is not the amount of guns, it's the amount of ammunition. And the amount of ammunition is starting to be problematic. Especially since the guns don't share their ammunition supply. I'm gonna have to be real picky about what I target with what gun. Alright, torpedo the San Cristo if you can. Torpedo away. Oh, yep, she's definitely the focal point. I don't think that the San Cristo has enough time to turn. I was hoping to go for a battleship, but that's not likely to happen. That looks like a good hit. Yep. Torpedo landed. Come on, you still have more torps to give her. That's another one from the starboard. I wouldn't be surprised if one of the torpedo tubes already got destroyed. Maximum starboard turn. Flash fires on the ship. Oh, there we go. 2 torps. That should finish the San Cristo. Gravina sinks. With the amount of fire that she was being subjected to, I'm not surprised. Oh, the Almas is still here. But so is the San Cristo. Good grief, look at that. The whole ship. 1, 2, 3 sections flooded. Rudder's half flooded. And the bow is flooding. But no shits were given that day. Oh dear. Did not see that coming. Maybe she's just between them. Yeah, she's... That was luck. Pure and simple. Dumb luck. Where's the Vladivostok at? Here you are. Fix that heavy cruiser problem that we have. New target, Encoronado. 2 torpedoes, port side, might work, might finish her. Oh shit. Flooding. I need you to survive for about 30 seconds. If that. If that. Torpedoes. 1 and 2, out. Fuck you. There we go. Quinn, you didn't hear that. That was 894 damage. Encoronado flooding on 2 compartments. Yeah, the Almas sunk. But maybe she did just enough damage. 6%, 4%, 2%, 0.8, done. That should fix that issue. Right then, Slava. Which guns are these? The main turrets. Lovely. We're running exceptionally low on the main turrets. I don't like the fact that this thing seems to think it can torpedo me freely. Bosco. Like Basta, as far as I'm concerned. Serious damage and flooded. There are the torpedoes. Did I spot those in time and did I react to those in time? Yes, I did. Okay, good. I want you to target the battleship, the San Luis. And you too. 6.3 clicks out. Oh god, there's more. Oh no. No, 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 no. I'm not sure where that came from, but it must have been the DD. Because this guy didn't use any. Uh-oh. That was close enough. And this one just turned in time as well. Come on. Gone. Heavy cruiser gone, leaving just 2 battleships alive. Fortunately, the battle cruiser still has plenty of firepower left. And I'm thinking that she might be more effective than the battleships. 45%, 33%. The battleships don't have as much firepower as the battle cruiser. The battle cruiser is probably, however, just about as survivable as the other guy. Now, I was considering ramming the ship. But... oh, it has bow only torp. Okay. Interesting. Bow only torps. Now, I've already filled on my initial quests to make these videos about a half hour. We're already at 37 minutes. Let's see if I can keep them under 40. Also, I'm eager to hear your feedback. Do you like any kind of format like this? What do you think? Worth repeating? Just hitting random battle 5 times and then, or randomize 5 times and then seeing what happens? I think it has potential. Now, where can I pen the St. Louis? Bow and stern. How fast are these things? 21, 22, 7. Battle cruiser? 15. Right. Maintain your turn. She is starting to lose some structural integrity. And I think that they're reluctant to fire because they are running low on ammo? Potentially. But so am I. Oh, damn it. I got no ammunition left on the 11-inch. Only the wing turrets still have ammo, and even that is running out quick. The 8-inch gun is working on its last couple shells. Here it's even worse. 11-inch, out. Wing turrets still have some. 8-inch are out. We've almost expended all 4-inch ammunition? The fuck? That's interesting. 1,320 damage from the 7-inch guns. That's impressive. So, to sum it up, I don't have the firepower to sink these guys. I don't have the speed to ram these guys. And unless they suddenly take a massive flooding hit, I don't really know how I'm supposed to get these guys sunk. Because they seem to be running away. And I think that might make a fitting end. Because they ceased fire, they're running away, and that means that the Russians, bruised and battered, bloodied, well, severely bloodied in some cases, the Russians have won the battle. And the first random battle is mine. Again, let me know what you think about this particular type of video, this format. I want to keep it a bit shorter than the usual ones. It doesn't mean that I'll stop doing the long form videos. They will definitely be coming in a bit. But at times I just want to do these shorter vids, and I also like experimenting with my content. So any feedback is appreciated. Thank you for watching, don't forget to subscribe, and I shall see you guys soon for the next video.